PS1 was host to a huge number of movie tie-ins. Small Soldiers, The Fifth Element, The Phantom Menace, and too many others to list, all received adaptations for Sony's console, ranging from average to downright awful. Disney was no exception, with many of their late 90s and early 2000s movies receiving the game treatment. Tarzan served as a surprise, being one of Disney's best-rated films in years, and the game wasn't far behind. And much like the film, it's a respectable tie-in that, while not breaking any barriers, is quality enough to warrant a look. It's soon clear that this is no average fare. Though on a 2D plane for a majority of the game, the crisp 3D graphics both look great and captured the animated styling of the game. There's a thrill to be had sliding along at high speeds down trees, all thanks to the smooth visuals. Tarzan, be it a boy or a man, is animated very well, and the enemies bear similar details. There are a few moments where movie clips are interjected into the game, which is a bit of a cheap way out, but it doesn't distract from the fact that Tarzan is a pretty game. It also boasts solid gameplay. It's pretty basic, as you run through just over 24 levels of running, jumping, and dodging obstacles. There are a few neat wrinkles thrown in though, such as being able to swing between ropes, the aforementioned sliding down trees, and some different segments, such as running away from a group of stampeding elephants. Tarzan can also acquire several types of fruit, which you can then throw, with each colour signifying differing shock types, forcing you to strategize which fruit you use and when. It controls well for the most part too, making jumping and swinging around these lush levels a breeze, with the only exception being the 3D levels, which feel a touch cumbersome. But it's not easy, with scores of tricky foes to overcome and a balancing act of quick movement with awkwardly placed foes causing many a death. You can accrue lives by finding 100 coins, but be prepared to see the game over screen a few times. But in most parts this leads to a sense of accomplishment upon completion. That being said, some parts of the game can feel a tad cheap, such as when multiple projectiles come at you with barely any time to avoid them, and no way to fight back the enemy as you can't aim to the side of the screen. But these don't spoil the fun, and with 3 difficulties available, it can be changed too. There's also quite good value in this one. It can admittedly be finished in a little under 10 hours, which isn't great, but it's not necessarily the end. Each level contains dozens of collectibles, coins strewn throughout which reward more lives, 6 letters spelling Tarzan to unlock bonus clips, and 4 parts to a picture which unlock a bonus level, allowing you to earn even more coins. It is more fulfilling than a lot of movie tie-ins, and genuinely may spark a second playthrough. The only real downsides are the story and sound. As mentioned, clips are spliced between levels to tell something resembling the plot of the movie, but it omits so many details that it borders on confusing unless you've watched the film. The sound is also a touch grating. Frequent sound bites repeat ad nauseum, and while the music is pretty cheery and upbeat, it can't overcome the irritancy of hearing the same canned lines repeat. There's also a pretty bad glitch on one of the levels, where the final segment is buried under a huge bleeping noise. It's a shame, because it's a blemish that's just hard to ignore at times. But in the end, Tarzan comes off being far more respectable than a lot of its movie tie-in peers. While many feel rushed and add nothing to the movie, Eurocom have crafted a pleasant, very functional platformer which keeps up fresh challenges and is filled to the brim with collectibles. It has a lack of polish in some regards, particularly the story and sound, but these flaws don't detract from the platforming fun. Unless you hate Loincloth or aren't keen on the movie, this one's well worth a go for any platforming aficionado.